What's up YouTube, That's here, bringing you guys another VGC 2015 replay, going up against Aiden today. We're going to be using Sableye, Mega Kangaskhan, Landers, and Aegislash, leading off against Crobat, another Aegislash, another Kangaskhan, and another cool Pokemon of the day in Evolite Bayleef. Something you don't actually see very often, and this thing is a pretty cool set that we're going to try and show off in today's game. We're going to get right into it. It's a rather long game, so hopefully you enjoy seeing some Evolite Bayleef action. So we're going to see Crobat and Aegislash being the leads for my opponent. Super standard Aegislash, Crobat being a bit weird, but we're going to see it's just a standard Tailwind setter. So we lead off with Sableye Kang, two Pokemon that I like to use Fake Out with. Not really going to be Fake Out in Crobat as it has the inner focus ability like 90% of the time. So going to ignore that. We're going to try and Will-O-Wisp the Aegislash. Unfortunately, we're going to miss that Will-O-Wisp, and that is going to totally cost me for the remainder of this game. I mean, missing that Will-O-Wisp was huge. Lucky for me though, we get a free chance to one-shot this Crobat. First hit's huge, second hit's a crit. I'm not going to say I need it, I'm just going to say I appreciate the crit. It's just great that I KO'd the Crobat while I did, because I did not want to eat like a Super Fang or a Brave Bird next turn. And of course the Aegislash goes for the sub the turn that we missed the Will-O-Wisp. So Aegislash behind a sub is something that Kangaskhan and Sableye really don't like dealing with. My opponent's going to send out their own Kang. Like I said, something I don't want to deal with, so I'm going to switch out my Kang, go into my Landorus, get a great Intimidate off on that Kang, expecting a potential low kick or maybe even a Fake Out, as we see the opposing Kang going Mega, also getting the Parental Bond ability, and I'm just totally regretting this miss Will-O-Wisp on the Aegislash. I think I probably just sort of steamrolled the game, because he subbed, which took a ton of his HP, and he would have been like ticking down from burn this whole time, which is ridiculous. So of course we're going to get a Will-O-Wisp off on a Kang. Can't burn Aegislash, but burning Kang is a great second place result. So we're gonna see Aegislash go into offensive mode, and it's gonna pop a huge Shadow Ball, targeting, I think Sableye is gonna be the target. Yeah, so it's gonna be neutral damage. Sableye is a Ghost Dark type, but since we see how much that chunked me for, we also see a special D drop. We can assume that it is Life Orb. So a Life Orb Sableye using sub, you would have like already been at like 20% from the burn. But, I mean, you're going to keep hearing me talk about this, but that's just how dramatic it is, like, missing that Will-O-Wisp. It's almost costing me the game here. So, finally, we see Bayleef come in here. Bayleef holding the Evolite, going to make its defenses through the roof since it's not an fully evolved Pokemon, sorry. And it has a really unique set, which we're going to see this game. It's actually pretty cool. So, we see the Aegislash go for the standard King Shield, something it wouldn't be doing if it was burned, as we see my Sableye going for a Recover, making it nice and healthy. And we're obviously trying to break the sub this turn. We're going for that big EQ. So EQ is going to come. It's going to not do that much to Bayleef. It's going to hit my Sableye really, really hard, though, dropping me down to 11. As we see turn 4, starting off with a Will-O-Wisp on the Bayleef slot, because there's not really that much Sableye can do at this point in the game. And the first turn that we burn it, it goes for an Aromatherapy. So I guess that's one way he could have got rid of his Aegislash's burn, but I think he would have picked out already. I mean, that's just what I think. But seeing Aromatherapy in doubles is just not something you see very often at all. As we see the Aegislash go into Blade form, remember there's still a Tailwind up, which is why he's faster than my Landorus. As we see him go for a big Flash Cannon on my Salvus Landorus. Not going to be doing too much, but definitely putting me kind of low. So we're going to see Landorus moving last this turn, going for a big super effective Neutron Alpha on this Bayleef, chunking it for quite a bit actually, as we switch out. I think we're sending in Kang. Yeah, we got to send Kang out here. So Kang's going to come back out. Going to be really hard to break that Aegislash's sub. So we see Sableye switch out here. Sableye is useless. That Bayleef has Aromatherapy. There's an Aegislash with a sub on the board. We send in our own Aegislash to take care of the job as we see Bayleef pop a Protect. So kind of unique thing, Protect on a support mon like that. But I mean, don't knock until you tried it. He definitely would have gotten KO'd this turn if he didn't use Protect, because I'm coming in with a really big double-edged card in that Bayleef slot. We see that my opponent's Aegislash also went for King Shield. Not really that big a deal. I'm pretty much just going to be ignoring that Pokemon this turn. As we bait it into thinking we're attacking Bayleef again, we can actually get a Sucker Punch off onto the Aegislash, which is huge. I mean, I never get Sucker Punches off on Aegislashes, especially ones behind subs. But since his King Shield was on cooldown, we can assume he was going for an attack. There's no way he wouldn't want to attack on this juicy of a board. We see Bayleef then go for a Stab Giga Drain, hitting my Kang for a decent amount, putting it down to a 105. I'm still in the green, so you'd think I would live this, but Aegislash is going to come in with a huge Flash Cannon. He's deciding to ignore my Aegislash, and he's going to get a critical hit off the Flash Cannon Life Orb boosted, well, the Life Orb boosted Flash Cannon, sorry about that. He's going to tick down a little bit, but my Aegislash is done dealing with this guy. Finally, we're going to KO this opposing Aegislash with a Shadow Ball of my own. And now that that guy's gone, I mean, I took my Kang out. My Landorus is kind of low. My Sableye is at 11. But we took out the Aegislash that should have died like 4 turns ago. Pretty good stuff. As we see Landorus coming here, just trying to get a good Intimidate off on my opposing Kangaskhan here. Now, we know that the Kangaskhan has Fake Out, but we don't know anything else about its set really. So you have to assume when you see a Fake Out Kangaskhan, it's not going to have Protect. That's just one thing you want to assume. Usually they have either Protect or Fake Out. Though we see the Fake Out come out here, we're pretty much just foddering Landorus. We're going to go down to the Giga Drain here, but I just want to send Landorus out to get an Intimidate off. I felt the Intimidate was definitely worth the Landorus' life. Also, it's wasting the Fake Out. It's wasting his turn. I could have sent Sableye out and he wouldn't really have had a Fake Out target, but it also lets us get a free Flash Cannon out. So I felt sending out Landorus there was a correct play. We now send out Sableye here, and I'm saying if this Kangaskhan had Protect, now would be a great turn to use it, considering both these Pokemon are pretty useless. So we're going to go into defensive mode with Aegislash, and this guy's going for the Protect, potential KO play with his Bayleef, but I'm not going to let him. We're popping a Recover here. Instead of going for the greedy Will-O-Wisp, we're popping Recover. And like I said, it's not that common for Kangaskhan to have Protect and Fake Out. I've actually ran it at tournaments before. I think it's a great mix-up, but like I said, it's just not that common. So it's nice to see that stuff coming out in this game. We're then going to see my opposing Kangaskhan go for a Sucker Punch, activate my Weakness Policy, and that's why I'm happy I got the Intimidate off. It's pretty big that I'm not going to be KO'd from this. It's actually, like I said, going to proc the Weakness Policy, give me a ×2 special attack proc. We go for the Will-O-Wisp on that slot, just because, I mean, we know the Bayleef has, we know the Bayleef has Aromatherapy, but I didn't know if the Kangaskhan had Crunch or Sucker Punch. Looks like it obviously had the Sucker Punch, so Will-O-Wisp is going to be pretty wasted here, but we are going to get a huge Flash Cannon off onto this guy. Big damage, there we go. Picking up the KO on Kang pretty much assures our victory. It's Bayleef versus the world, as we're pretty much just going to go play it defensive for 1 turn before we try and go for the KO. I mean, I could have just probably stayed in offensive stance and went for the KO. We saw Protect, Aromatherapy, Giga Drain, and Energy Ball from the Bayleef, but I'm just playing it super safe. I don't want to get, like, crit destroyed from anything. So, like I said, playing it safe. Next turn, wrapping it up on turn 11 with a Will-O-Wisp, and I think I go for the Shadow Ball. We're going to see an Energy Ball first, though. He's totally Energy Balling me. I think that Bayleef set would have been much better if he would have had a second attack. Maybe like a second support move. I don't know if he gets any other support moves. It has to get something else, like maybe a Light Screen instead of the Energy Ball. Like I said, Bayleef is going to go down to my Shadow Ball, but any other move instead of double grass attacks, I think it would have been much better. But it was still really cool seeing it. You cannot deny that he made plays with that Aromatherapy mid-game. So thank you guys for watching this battle. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.